Headlines Thursday, brought to you by Guardian Life. Live secure, live easy.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, it's unfair. Hyatt Hotel workers protest terminations. I saw it. Witness details fatal shooting in Clansman murder trial. And lock them up. In a CVM exclusive, Michael Lichin calls for stiffer penalties for stock market manipulators. Later in Query This, stray livestock and the law. Who's liable? In the business report, Deloitte's Best Managed Companies program introduced to Jamaica. While in sports, West Indies remain unbeaten at ICC T20 World Cup.
CVM News at 7, Headlines Thursday, brought to you by Guardian Life. Live secure, live easy.
Should critical illness strike? Don't let worry fill your head. Say hello to happiness and goodbye to worry with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan. Secure your medical expenses in the event of critical illness ahead of time while benefiting from our investment portfolio and so much more. Give yourself and your family the peace of mind you deserve with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan today. And live secure, live easy.
It's 8 a.m. and Mr. Thompson can't find chalk. Or his dignity. His white squalid. Meanwhile, on site, error. A mash-up concrete. Or so it seems. Wait, I can't embellish that. It's almost that time for Ashley's belly to plop out. Don't get creative with your hunger. Solve it with mothers.
Mommy, ice cream.
Even the little ones get hungry too. Mothers, all day delicious. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Happy Day is here again at QuartzCourts.com. Lucky Dollar and Ashley. Shop this Saturday, February 21, and we will pay your GCT. Plus, shop on 18 months credit and over and get an extra 15% off. It's Happy Day at QuartzCourts.com. Lucky Dollar and Ashley on Saturday, February 21. Conditions apply.
Flow is now Jamaica's fastest mobile network. This is more than a claim. It's the result of a complete network rebuild, delivering the fastest mobile network speeds as verified by Ookla. With more power backup to reduce outages and satellite backup for greater mobile stability. You can even make regular calls using Wi-Fi. Plus, if you are off the grid where no towers can reach, we give you direct-to-satellite connectivity through Starlink. Welcome to our new era of connectivity, and we're not stopping there. This is Flow.
From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7. It's Thursday, February 19, 2026. I'm Amoy Harriet. Thank you for joining us. Up first this evening, employees at the Hyatt hotels in Rose Hall, Montego Bay, St. James took to the streets today, voicing outrage over what they describe as unfair terminations. The demonstration is the latest in simmering labor disputes in the tourism sector. Crystal Williams has the details.
Employees at the Hyatt hotels in Rose Hall, Montego Bay are protesting unlawful termination. Sasha says she was appointed as supervisor of a team of 20 laborers in her second week.
Me there work, build a team, everything all good. We are work and something. We come and work now. papers sign up say if your name not the fan, you must go back through the gate. Me no know what for, me no know, me no understand workers, all of that. And you know me have to turn up for my team because of my team. Them get fired, me get fired too, either way.
This employee is concerned for those with families to support.
We have people to feed, we have ourselves to take care of, we have a house to take care of, everything. You understand?
Petal says they have been working without pay since the end of January.
Sir, we work hard, sir. We work hard, very hard. We have kids to take care of. Enough people me here are plan to buy all bed, cast, wash away, then things. People are work. We are work under pay work we are do. 3-5 them are pay we are there. When they should have they pay we more. And we work with it. Now them are fire with no reason.
The workers continue to lament the deplorable working conditions as some of them have to travel from very far.
And all of us 6 we work on the beach, sir. And when the beach done clean, then they'll fire we, sir. And we have to clean up sea mass, sir, in the broiling sun. Sir, we have to buy with vest, we have to buy with helmet. Some of we have come from far. When me check my fare at $30,000 for my fare. It's rough, sir. We have come from far. What's the amount of garbage what over there, sir, what we have to pick up at daytime, sir? And we can't sit down, sir. White man, they walk right round we. And we can't sit down none at all.
Crystal Williams reporting for CVM News.
The ongoing Clansman gang trial continued today in the Home Circuit Court, where an eyewitness recounted the final moments of the deceased in the Roger Avenue fatal shooting. Our reporter Carla Ramdeen has been tracking that trial and now reports.
The 7th prosecution witness in the Clansman gang trial took the stand on Thursday. The witness and eyewitness to the fatal shooting of a man on September 16, 2017, along Roger Avenue in Spanish Town. The deceased has been identified as George Richards. The witness explained that he was speaking with his neighbor when he heard explosions. The witness testified that he observed several men running up Fairfield and down Roger Avenue. The witness told the court that he saw 2 attackers, one running behind Richards and firing at him. The witness said he saw Richards running in his direction, appearing to be limping. The witness told the court that he saw Richards fall face down and the attacker continued firing at him while he was on the ground. The witness also told the court that the second attacker was positioned on Fairfield Boulevard, quote, keeping the other persons busy, I guess. That testimony drew a chuckle from the court. The witness said he called the police before proceeding to the scene. The witness testified that upon arriving, he observed people attempting to resuscitate Richards. When asked by the prosecution whether he would be able to identify the attackers, the witness replied, I could, but I wouldn't know because I didn't get a facial. The witness is set to return to the stand as cross-examination will resume on Friday. Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
A female security guard was robbed of her cell phone, cash and other personal items this morning in the vicinity of Grace Kennedy's headquarters on Harbor Street in downtown Kingston. Reports said that at about 9:45, the guard was on duty at the entrance of the Grace Kennedy's parking lot when a man rode up on a motorcycle, walked into the lot and demanded her phone. An argument developed and the man pulled a firearm from his waistband and pointed it at her. The woman complied and handed over her phone along with her bag before the assailant fled. No injuries were reported. In a statement, Grace Kennedy confirmed the incident and stressed that all team members and contractors are safe and is providing support to the individual who was present at the time. The Kingston Central Criminal Investigation Branch is conducting investigations into the matter. The People's National Party is continuing to blast the Andrew Holness-led administration over continued withdrawals from the National Housing Trust NHT, accusing the government of hypocrisy and undermining affordable housing. The opposition was responding to comments by State Minister Apka Fitz-Henley, who accused opposition leader Mark Golding of vulgar politicking for raising concerns about the drawdowns. The PNP argues that what is truly vulgar is the sustained removal of billions from the NHT, especially as it marks its 5th anniversary. Spokesman on housing and sustainable living, Senator Floyd Morris, says defending contributors' money is a matter of principle, noting that while in opposition, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness vowed to ring-fence NHT funds exclusively for housing.
The fact of the matter is that the government itself has embarked upon a vulgar extraction of $11.4 billion over the past 10 years from the NHT without building affordable houses for the contributors of this organization that was established specifically for that purpose. The vulgar extraction of $114 billion and the proposal to continue the extraction of another $57 billion for the next 5 years. That is what is vulgar and must be condemned by the people of Jamaica.
And just a correction, the NHT is celebrating its 50th anniversary. Meanwhile, the opposition is also raising concerns over the rural school bus program 6 months after it was launched. Spokesman on Transport, Mikhail Phillips, says the numbers presented by the Jamaica Urban Transit Company at a recent press conference show the need for a full review before the government spends another $2 billion expanding the fleet.
The People's National Party has been asking Minister Vaz and the government for a workable plan for the JUTC. What the country needs is a clear policy statement, a budget, and a full operational report on the 6-month-old school bus system to enable a full analysis on the progress of the program before the government spends a further $2 billion on new buses. We are shocked by the report on the low volume of students that have been using the service and the ballooning costs to operate the buses.
Authorities are sounding the alarm tonight over the growing use of synthetic drugs among young people. The warning comes as illicit drug seizures have surged since the start of the year, pointing to a wider and deepening drug problem. The Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division says synthetic substances are often the first step. Songs like these, once controversial, now completely commonplace. In recent years, dancehall has turned drug use, particularly synthetic drugs, into a chart-topping trend. Now, synthetic drugs are those created entirely in a laboratory using chemical processes and are often designed to mimic natural drugs or medicines like Molly, Percocet, and fentanyl. In 2023, the National Drug Prevalence Survey revealed that the use of these substances accounted for just below 1% of the population. But if popular culture in 2026 is any indication, synthetic drugs are gaining traction, and the main consumers, young people.
We take it as a serious issue, as a serious problem. Because what we believe synthetic drugs represent is the introduction to illicit drugs to particularly our young people. And we believe that the exposure to these synthetic drugs will allow our young people to develop a greater appetite for drugs, and it may become attractive for them to pursue harder drugs like cocaine and so on.
Superintendent Patricia Rowe is director of the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division, FNID. He says the consequences of this trend could ripple far beyond the users themselves.
It may result in the overwhelming of our health sector, greater security challenges, and the challenges that a number of other countries face. Countries that are dealing with heavy consumption of drugs, such as homelessness, and the challenges that are associated with it.
And children are also being caught in the crossfire.
Last year we see some synthetic drugs that were being sold to children in the form of sweets. That's a challenge as well. We, apart from our intervention at FNID in terms of our operational and investigative efforts, we also have a demand reduction initiative where we go into the schools, the churches, the communities, and lecture to people, or present to them, or discuss with them about the risk of drugs, identifying drugs, and just the dangers associated.
Synthetic drugs aside, Superintendent Rose says the FNID remains focused on seizing illicit drugs as Jamaica continues to be used as a transshipment point. His remarks come after the arrest of 2 people linked to a major drug bust at the FedEx shipment center on Halfway Tree Road in St. Andrew on Tuesday, and last month's charges of 2 senior municipal officials caught trying to smuggle cocaine out of the island. The FNID boss warns that as authorities clamp down on the ports, criminals are getting increasingly creative in moving their drugs.
Drugs are being transshipped through regular cargo ships, regular boats, go-fast boats. Some countries are used, some of the traffickers are using submarine.
In this region?
In the Caribbean region, our intelligence suggests that submarine may be involved in some of the activity. Drones are involved. Our effort as a constabulary force, as a division FNID, is to disrupt that.
CVM News at 7 continues after this break.
You know, some days are harder than others, but we have to do our part. You like porridge? We're in this together.
Morning, nurse. Thank you for what you do every day.
Come in, nurse. Our bona fide.
In this together.
Yes, let me do. What you do? Me go check me prostate.
No, seriously? Me nah do that.
Remember say that pops drop out from, me have to take it serious. You can't just do the blood test, but better safe than sorry. So me do the full package. Plus, the NHF card help pay for the PSA test. Biggs, you're 40, the earlier, the better. Cause me know you still want fire on all cylinder.
NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
Why blend in when your home can stand out? Come to Jung Home Center, the only place in Portmore for top-tier home decor and garden must-haves. All at prices that won't burn your wallet. Style your space, boost your yard. There's something for the whole family. Find us at 68 Newland Road, Portmore. Jung Home Center. Big on style, bigger on savings.
Flow is now Jamaica's fastest mobile network. This is more than a claim. It's the result of a complete network rebuild, delivering the fastest mobile network speeds as verified by Ookla, with more power backup to reduce outages and satellite backup for greater mobile stability. You can even make regular calls using Wi-Fi. Plus, if you are off the grid where no towers can reach, we give you direct-to-satellite connectivity through Starlink. Welcome to our new era of connectivity, and we're not stopping there. This is Flow, Jamaica's network.
Welcome back. We're continuing the news. A stock market prone to manipulation, Chairman of NCB Financial Group Michael Lee Chin is this evening calling for stiffer penalties for white-collar criminals. Mr. Lee Chin insists there are players currently manipulating the stock market with impunity and insists authorities need to address it or growth will continue to elude Jamaica. Speaking exclusively with CVM News, he claimed clandestine actors want to hoist him as head of NCB.
There are situations that have been happening over the last 4 years, which was contrived to drive the share price down.
Like what?
Like what? Like people bad players acting in the market to drive the share price down, so that would cause chaos with the bondholders, and then I would have to sell, right? And then they would be able to buy the stock cheap. In our market, because it is prone to manipulation, because we have it's illiquid, so it doesn't take much to move the stock up or down.
Prone to manipulation, are you suggesting that there are players right now in the Jamaican market manipulating the stock market?
Well, look, NCB is trading at 50% of its book value. 50%. In other words, you can buy $1 for 50 cents. Okay? That's an aberration. And the aberration is not a coincidence. It is contrived.
You said that the idea is to get the price down by these surreptitious players and to get you to sell. Are you suggesting that there are people trying to oust you from your position?
100%. 100%.
Why?
Greed.
And is that...
And this is part of what we have to address if we want to make Jamaica an investable country. People cannot act with impunity.
You think that is happening?
100%. We have to call a spade a spade. Because if we don't, we're just going to be fumbling around. We'll never have growth. We'll never have foreign investors coming in and feeling comfortable.
What is the end game, you think, for those people who are acting?
Simple. Take over NCB. Cheap.
How does that make you feel, given the years that you've put into building it?
Horrible. 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 Because I'm thinking if it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. And we need to deal with it.
By doing what?
By making sure that the laws of the exchange are being respected, and consequences for manipulation are severe, jail time.
Do you think, as it is now, that's not happening sufficiently?
When was the last time we have had anybody charged with stock manipulation? When?
How do you suggest that be fixed?
We just need to be a lot more, we need to build a society that's merit-based. Not who you're born, your last name, or where they come from, Upper St. Andrew or Lower St. Andrew or Moko.
You seem like you're throwing words there, Mr. Leachin. Do you mind, you want to call any names?
No, I'm not going to call names, Gio. But I'm just saying these are issues I'm putting squarely on the table that we as citizens have to be aware of and deal with.
Sticking with NCB, residents in Negril, Westmoreland are voicing frustration over access to banking services. They say location changes to the automated banking system operated by the NCB are now creating inconvenience and added cost to their daily lives. More from Javoni Hamilton.
Residents and tourists in Negril are expressing dissatisfaction over the location of NCB's ATM. Negril businessman Cliff Reynolds told CVM News that while the relocation of NCB's branch to Boardwalk Plaza was initially welcomed by the business community, moving all automated banking machines to that location has proven problematic.
There is zero NCB machine, which means they have no machines to facilitate the residents on the West End, the residents of Red Ground, the residents of Good Hope, Orange Hill, Sheffield, and going back that side leading to Negril spot. They have no regard for the customers that they have. They have relocated the bank and they have taken out the only machine they had downtown. They removed it and they have no facility but the machines that they have at the bank.
Mr. Reynolds says the decision has increased travel time and expenses for residents, especially those from neighboring communities.
It would have looked, seems to me, as if they care not anymore about the residents in Negril, who has to traverse 2 extra taxis to come to the boulevard to access. And then when they come to the machine, then they're still not getting through many times, especially on a weekend or public holidays. NCB needs to do a lot better so as to service them customers.
Other ATM users echoed the same concern, calling on the bank to reconsider placing machines within Negril's town centre.
Not enough, and then most of the time to when you come with a yard to deposit or a withdraw, you still have problems. So is an issue where seriously need to get attention.
No machine along in our town. There's a machine that do all the services like depositing and such forth. Yeah. None in our town and it's far to come up there. So.
Reporting for CVM News, I'm Giovanni Hamilton.
Stray animals have long plagued many Jamaicans. Livestock wandering onto private property, destroying crops and causing costly damage. But what does the law say and what rights do property owners actually have? In this week's episode of Query This, Akeem Oret breaks down the legal responsibilities surrounding trespassing animals. Here is Query This.
Animals entering your yard, damaging property, eating crops. For many Jamaicans, it's a frustration and all too common experience. But when livestock repeatedly trespasses onto private property, what legal options do you really have? Well, according to Attorney at Law Ketraloy Kennedy, there are existing laws that govern these situations.
Under the Trespass Act, it specifically speaks to livestock. So that includes goats, pigs, cattle, poultry, and so forth. We also have the Dogs Liability for Attacks Act. However, it specifically speaks to injury to persons, while the Trespass Act speaks to or addresses issues in relation to damages to property.
From a legal standpoint, when a neighbor's animal repeatedly enters your property and causes damage, liability does not fall on the property owner, but on the owner of the animal, and once that animal is now a nuisance, you can take legal action.
It is actionable once that livestock or animal is causing damage to your property. So for instance, from the first occurrence, you can bring an action once you can prove that the livestock has trespassed on your property and has caused damage to the same.
And if you're wondering whether you can lawfully restrain a trespassing animal, there is provision for that too.
Under the Pound Act, a property owner is able to seize an animal or livestock that has trespassed on their property. And as I outlined prior, the Act specifies what category of animals or livestock fall under that. So you have cattle, sheep, goats, pigs, poultry. Those are animals that you can seize and you can bring them to the nearest pound within 48 hours.
If damage was done to your property, having the evidence is crucial.
Under the Trespass Act, it is required that you should notify the owner of the livestock when this damage occurs, and you have a 48-hour window to do so. It is important that you adhere to that. And once you report it, the owner of that livestock, you are to give them access to your property so that they may come onto it with their evaluators in order to do an assessment of the damage.
However, there are cases when the owner of livestock can prove to the courts that they have done everything within their power to contain their animals. And if that livestock still found a way to trespass onto another person's property, they would not be held liable. But there is an exception to that.
If that occurs in a circumstance like that, the aggrieved party may still be liable, or the aggrieved party may still be able to be compensated if that aggrieved party also fenced their property. If that fencing is of a sufficient standard to keep out regular tamed livestock, then you as the owner, even though you have all those measures in place, maybe still be required to compensate that aggrieved party.
Livestock owners, ensure that your animals at all times are kept safe and not being a nuisance to anyone. Well, that's all the time we have for Query This tonight. Remember, if you have a legal dilemma or concern you would like to query, send an email to aoret@cvmtv.com. I am Akeem Oret. See you next week on Query This.
Thanks, Akeem. It's time now for a break, but stay with us. More when we come back.
KFC value menu has you thinking chicken. Get the famous blue combo for just $640.
The time by KFC is 7:30.
On your mark, get set. Go for the winnings, BK, 5K and relay day.
Burger King 5K and relay is back Sunday, March 8, 2026, Emancipation Park at 6:30 a.m. Over $2 million in cash and prizes. Go to www.runningeventsja.com to register by March 4, 2026.
Do it for your best life. Go check your HIV status. So keep your life trending, no pretending. Me, I tell yourself, do it for you, do it for you. Every time you are link with a condom. Coulda Ozzy, coulda wife, coulda be a random. Condom connect and protect your profile. Be your own fan. Do it for your best life. Do it for your best life. Don't put yourself at risk. Condom connect every time. Do it for your best life.
Happy Day is here again at Courts.com. Lucky Dollar and Ashley. Shop this Saturday, February 21, and we will pay your GCT. Plus, shop on 18 months credit and over and get an extra 15% off. It's Happy Day at Courts.com. Lucky Dollar and Ashley on Saturday, February 21. Conditions of...
Welcome back now to the Business Report with Joel Crosskill.
Lots to share with you in the Business Report today. Having ceased operations in Jamaica in 2013, Deloitte re-established its Jamaican practice in 2025 as the newest member of the Deloitte Caribbean and Bermuda network. Less than a year since the return, Director for Consulting and Office Leader Imani Duncan Price expressed her delight that 2026 brings with it the introduction of the globally renowned Best Managed Companies program in Jamaica, the first time the prestigious designation will be awarded to private companies in the country.
We're proud to bring this gold standard to Jamaica. This is a program designed to identify, celebrate, and empower the private businesses that are the effective engines of our economy. The Best Managed program is our way of saying, we see you, we support you, and your excellence deserves to be celebrated on a global stage.
And eligibility requirements.
If you are a privately owned company, meaning you're not listed on any stock exchange, are majority Jamaican owned, and have generate annual revenues of $4 million or greater, this program is for you. We're looking for companies all across all sectors of our economy: consumer, financial services, international business, ICT, manufacturing and energy, resources and industrials. Whether you are a medium-sized enterprise with a strong local presence or a large company with international reach, we want to hear from you.
Deloitte Jamaica has confirmed strategic alliances with two of the nation's most respected institutions, including the private sector organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, who join as the official business sponsor, an alignment detailed by PSOJ chairman Patrick Hilton.
Right. As we know and we all appreciate, programs like this really matter, because the truth is that the quality of management leading our businesses matters. We have to see it all the while in terms of the outcomes and the results that we get, right? We know that in business, results do not happen by accident, right? Sustainable success is the outcome of deliberate strategy. It is the outcome of disciplined execution. It is the outcome of sound governance and strong leadership cultures, right? This is what really separates companies from those who merely survive to those who thrive, those who grow consistently, those who innovate, and those who compete on a global scale successfully.
The UWI Mona School of Business and Management MSBM, represented by its Executive Director Dr. David McBean, will serve as the education sponsor for the Jamaican leg of the program.
This represents an opportunity, I think, for us to have our mid-sized companies in the context of Jamaica really start to think, to share ideas, because a competition of this nature even though it's a competition, everybody will be sharing on best practices, on learning how governance, how does it work elsewhere. And with all of the trade agreements that we have signed, some of which look like they're going up in smoke daily, but we still have them, our borders are now more open than ever. So we have to move the mindset of our companies into the global realities.
Duncan Price shared the cardinal points of the assessment for participants to consider.
1. Strategy. Does the company have a clear long-term vision and a roadmap to get there? 2. Culture and commitment. Does the company foster a culture of excellence, and does it have commitment of its leadership and people to drive success? 3. Capabilities and innovation. Is the company building the right skills, tools, and innovative mindset to stay ahead of the curve? And 4. Governance and financials. Does the company have strong leadership structures, ethical practices, and sound financial management to ensure sustainability? Applications are open now. The first stage application deadline is fast approaching. It is February 28th, 2026. So I encourage everyone to visit our website today. In early March, we will review all applicants to ensure they meet the eligibility criteria. Then from mid-March to mid-April, we will host the exclusive coaching labs. This is where the real value begins, as we help you prepare to think about your submissions based on the 4 pillars.
And by late May, early June, Jamaica's first ever cohort of best managed companies will be named. Dr. McBean explains why targeting this profile of Jamaican businesses can have profound impacts on the broader community.
So we sometimes make the mistake that our businesses this size do not need support. And if you think about it, a lot of these companies this size, apart from their technical operations, they're struggling to figure out getting in HR, getting in administrators, being able to pay consultants to look at your business and advise you. This is one of the big benefits of this competition for businesses. You are getting free consulting advice from one of the best consulting companies in the world.
Duncan Price underscored the program's intent to showcase Jamaican excellence on the world stage.
Help us find and celebrate these champions in our midst. Help us tell the stories of businesses that are building a better Jamaica. This is your invitation to be a part of something momentous.
And that was your business report. I'm Joel Crosskill.
Thanks, Joel. Let's go now to Marshall for the latest on what's happening overseas.
We begin with regional news. Fishermen and business operators who depend on the blue economy say they are increasingly concerned about safety at sea, with some now worried their boats could become unintended targets amid rising tensions. DVS TV reports.
As a long-standing member of the fisherfolk community, Ms. James also highlighted ongoing challenges around representation, stressing that fishermen's voices must be heard. She is also calling on CARICOM leaders to issue a statement against what she describes as terrorism, emphasizing that the Caribbean should remain a zone of peace. She also expressed hope that justice will be served for the families affected by the incident.
Further afield, Mark Zuckerberg, the boss of social media giant Meta, has taken the stand in California in a landmark